spoiler, however, that can be raised manually at any speed or does so automatically at 75 miles per hour. There's plenty of Boxster ambiance inside the new 911 as well, but again on a larger scale. The new leather-faced buckets with both power and manual adjustments are designed to fit a wide variety of drivers, and large side impact airbags are standard, as is the telescoping steering wheel and the Boxster-inspired but even more comprehensive gauge cluster in front of it. At the top of the center stack, one finds the AM/FM cassette stereo with its dizzying array of identical-looking buttons and an LCD screen for the optional Porsche communications management system. The LCD also serves as the display for the climate controls below, but access to them is partially blocked by the aluminum accented shifter. In the back, there's more hip and leg room, but its usefulness to adults is quickly negated by seat backs that leave one leaning forward due to the pop-up emergency roll bars behind them. Despite a lot of similarities, price is one area where the Boxster and the 911 are worlds apart. Base price on the 911 Cabriolet is $75,225. Our option-laden tester tipped the scales at $81,745. That's nearly $41,000 more than the Boxster. So why buy a 911? Well, the answer to that question is right here. Awesome acceleration that creates the ability to go from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds on the way to a 13.5-second, 102-mile-per-hour quarter mile. Made possible by this still rear-mounted 3.4-liter water-cooled Boxster 6-cylinder engine. It employs new heads with 4 valves per cylinder, variocam variable valve timing, and coil-on plug ignition to pump out 296 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. And it runs through either a 6-speed manual transmission with a new cable-actuated shift, smoother, more driver-friendly hydraulic clutch, or a 5-speed Tiptronic S automatic that, when in manual mode, uses steering wheel-mounted buttons for shifting. The 911's better balanced chassis is completely new, and that means numerous suspension upgrades that not only improve on its legendary handling abilities, but virtually eliminates unwanted in-switching oversteer. Tried and true McPherson struts are used up front with liberal use of aluminum components to preserve strength while saving weight. At the rear, more aluminum and a completely revised multi-link suspension design that continues with Porsche's Visoc variable toe control that helps keep tires from steering outward in corners. Gas shocks and coil springs are used all around to even out the road, and owners can choose from 3 suspension packages that vary handling prowess with ride comfort. The rack and pinion steering now has a lighter feel, and the steering gear has been moved forward in front of the front axle, a move that helps reduce the 911's turning diameter by 3.6 feet. Serious braking power has always been one of the 911's strongest attributes, and the new 911 carries on that tradition. The monoblock aluminum 4-piston calipers wrapped around huge 12.5-inch vented rotors up front and 11.8 inches in the rear brought us to a screeching halt from 60 in a scant 103 feet. But the 911's impressive accomplishments are easily enjoyed off the track, too. As expected, turn-ins are razor sharp and right on the money, with just a bit more understeer felt at high speeds. And even the roughest roads we could find evoke nothing more than a trace of cow shake from the Cabriolet's rigid structure. Less of a Porsche? We think not. Make no mistake, many of the things we grew to love and loved to hate are gone. But think of it as a new beginning rather than the end of an era. Because in spite of all the changes, the 1999 911 Carrera Cabriolet is still the perfect candidate as Porsche's ambassador of speed to all parts of the globe. Only now it carries the title a little more gracefully. Porsche is a company that builds sports cars and only sports cars. Now, a lot of car companies have been around a lot longer than Porsche and sold a lot more cars. But for half a century, this small German company has left a winning mark on automotive history that's far more significant than its sales figures. To help celebrate that amazing achievement, Lisa Barrow recently attended a very special event to see the cars and meet the people that have put Porsche on the automotive map for 50 years.